I thought I'd found my forever, but I was just a means to an end. 3 years of my life disappeared in a web of deception. Now I'm left with a financial disaster to unravel. I need to share this story before it breaks me. My name is Elise Harper, and it started on a broken-down Amtrak train. I was traveling to Chicago to visit my sister. The train struck debris in rural Pennsylvania, not catastrophic, but enough. We were stranded in a tiny town with one diner, one bar, and a gas station. Bussed there, we waited 8 hours for repairs. The diner overflowed, so I lugged my bag to the bar next door. I ordered a limp sandwich and texted my sister about the delay. That's when Lucas Grant slid into my orbit, 2 stools away. He had tousled chestnut hair, sharp green eyes, and a disarming grin. He quipped that the universe wanted us to embrace small-town life. I laughed. He had a warmth that cut through the chaos. We were both Chicago-bound, we discovered. Lucas was chasing a startup job, fed up with soulless office work. I managed supply chains, reliable, if not thrilling. We talked for hours, beers loosening our stories. We exchanged numbers, though I doubted it'd go anywhere. He texted the next day, and soon we met for coffee. Lucas missed that job but swore another was imminent. Always a breakthrough just beyond reach. I didn't mind at first, his charm filled the gaps. 6 months in, his lease ended, and my place was spacious. I was already footing most date nights, his money was temporarily tied up. Cohabiting seemed practical, a step forward. He paid rent promptly the first month. By month 2, he was late, blaming a client's delayed payment. Month 3 brought a tale of a startup's accounting fiasco. I covered rent alone, it strained me, but I coped. Lucas stayed home, networking, keeping the apartment spotless. He'd cook dinner, his smile promising better days. I told myself his struggles were temporary. His excuses grew elaborate, investors ghosted, invoices stalled. My savings shrank as I picked up extra shifts. Weekends meant inventory counts in a frigid warehouse. Lucas would need my shoulders, call me his anchor. He vowed to repay me when his big break hit. My friend Nora saw it first, over lattes. She asked how long I'd bankroll Lucas's ambitions. I snapped that we were a team, navigating tough times. Her words stuck, and I started noticing things. Lucas swiped my card for small purchases without asking. Groceries cost double, yet the fridge stayed empty. He always found money for video games or drinks with buddies. I mentioned marriage once, after my cousin's engagement. Lucas flinched, said he wasn't ready for that leap. He insisted our life was good, why rush? I dropped it, but unease settled in my chest. Then, for a month, things oddly brightened. Lucas hustled to investor meetings and industry events. He buzzed with energy, said his plans were crystallizing. I clung to hope, wanting to believe him. One Friday, Nora invited me to dinner with her and her partner, Caleb. Lucas had a networking thing, so I went solo. Nora seemed off, fidgeting with her phone. Caleb arrived, casually mentioning Lucas at a tech event's open bar. He asked if Lucas enjoyed it, with his fiancée. The word landed like a punch. I froze. Nora, apologetic, showed me an Instagram profile. Claire Emerson, blonde and radiant, posted a ring photo. Her caption read, "I said yes to my soulmate." I scrolled, months of Lucas and Claire, laughing, traveling. Beach weekends he'd claimed were family visits. I left dinner abruptly, promising Nora I'd call. At home, I checked our shared credit card. Charges for unfamiliar restaurants, a downtown hotel. A jewelry store hit, $3,200 for Claire's ring. He'd bought her diamond with my money. I sat by the window, evidence burning my eyes, until dark. Lucas strolled in at 9, carefree as ever. He grabbed a beer, my beer, and shed his shoes. I asked where he'd been. He muttered about contacts. I asked if he'd proposed recently. His eyes widened, then narrowed with a sly smirk. He shrugged off Claire's photos, saying, "Let's not do this." I shook, yelling, "You lived here, used my money." He sipped his beer, then delivered the blow. "You thought I'd pick you? You're a safety net, Elise." Fury surged. I swung, my fist slamming his chest. He staggered, beer drenching his shirt. I slapped his face, leaving a red mark. I screamed for him to get out, immediately. He argued, but I grabbed his backpack. I shoved in his charger, his shirts, whatever was near. I threw it at him, gave him 5 minutes to vanish. I threatened to call Claire if he stayed. That worked. He scrambled, cursing under his breath. He slammed the door, and I could finally breathe. I changed the locks the next morning. His remaining stuff hit the dumpster. I blocked his number, his socials, everything. The financial carnage was worse than I imagined. My cards showed $3,800 in unauthorized charges. Subscriptions I never signed up for, lavish dinners. That ring charge was the cruelest cut. The bank was useless, he'd been an authorized user. My trust in him had cost me everything. 3 months later, I was still digging out. Lucas texted from new numbers, pleading for talks. I ignored him, but sleep evaded me. I combed through statements, uncovering more theft. Not $3,800, $6,200, siphoned over months. Micro withdrawals, fake services, relentless deceit. The bank repeated, "File a police report." I couldn't stomach court, facing him again. I swallowed the loss, focusing on survival. The locksmith's $200 fee stung my empty wallet. I bagged Lucas's junk, protein powders, old sneakers. He appeared as I dragged the last bag out. Unshaven, disheveled, he looked broken. He swore Claire was a mistake he'd undo. I didn't care, his words were noise now. He grabbed my arm, I yanked free, scraping my elbow. I threatened police if he touched me again. He retreated, and I locked myself in. Work became a fog. I was error-prone, rattled. My boss flagged my mistakes, I hustled to recover. Then came the real blow, not errors, but layoffs. My job was cut, with 2 weeks' notice. The severance wouldn't touch next month's rent. I sent out 82 job applications. 7 responded, none led to offers. Unemployment crushed me. I ate rice, conserved heat. I sold my watch, clothes, anything of value. My landlord's voicemails turned to an eviction notice. Pay in full within 30 days or leave. Nora urged me to socialize, but I was broke. My mom offered her Florida couch, I passed. Then my neighbor Sarah became my lifeline. She saw the notice, suggested a roommate. Her cousin Mia needed a temporary place. Splitting rent 3 ways could save me. Mia moved in, quiet, paid up front. Her contribution halted the eviction, just. I snagged a temp warehouse job, backbreaking labor. Long shifts, blistered feet, but it paid. One evening, Mia was cooking, and we talked. She'd survived her own Lucas, she revealed. We connected over budget meals, swapping scars. Then illness hit, fever, chills, unbearable. No money for doctors, so I worked through it. I collapsed at a bus stop, startling a passerby. Mia found me unconscious on our floor. She nursed me, called work, claimed I had pneumonia. She stormed HR, demanding sick leave policies. It worked, 5 paid days, a small miracle. The warehouse grind wore me down further. My back screamed, a tooth ached constantly. Lucas's texts persisted, new numbers, same sob story. Claire left him, he said, and he wanted me. I blocked each attempt, but the stress lingered. A bus stop chat with a stranger changed things. She worked at a medical office needing warehouse help. I dropped off a resume, got hired on the spot. Part-time, better pay, using actual skills. I juggled both jobs, draining but sustainable. Mia's home-cooked meals kept me going. In January, I quit the warehouse, liberated. The office job expanded, full-time, with benefits. I fixed my tooth, chipped away at debt. Mia and I repainted our apartment, a new chapter. Valentine's Day brought Lucas knocking, desperate. Through the peephole, I saw roses, a small box. He left a cheap ring and a note of regret. He wrote he should have chosen me, not Claire. I tossed it, texted, move on, and blocked him. Months later, Lucas's shadow finally faded. I earned a raise. Mia moved out, replaced by a new roommate. My credits recovering. I'm saving again. Last week, Lucas appeared, looking reformed. He handed me a bag, $1,500 and Claire's ring. He'd kept it after she left him. He's moving, vowed to repay all he stole. I sold the ring for $900, added it to savings. His change doesn't matter, I rely on myself. I'm rebuilding, tougher, more guarded. I still double-check locks some nights. But I'm moving forward, step by steady step.